To love again does not mean picking up the same old story. It's not about reviving a broken book, filled with torn pages and faded ink. It means starting fresh, writing a brand new chapter, with stronger hands, a wiser heart, and clearer intentions. Because love isn't about going backward, it's about moving forward. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to all of our hearts, both in its joys and complexities: falling in love again after a breakup. We'll unpack the meaning of this phrase and why it's more than just a casual saying. So let's get comfortable and get real as we talk about love, loss, and the exciting prospect of new beginnings. But before we dive into this beautiful journey, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our insightful videos. Too often, when people say love again, they imagine returning to what once was. They long for the echo of a past love, the ghost of a former flame. But let's be honest, old chapters carry scars. The arguments, the sleepless nights, the moments when your heart felt heavy, as if carrying a weight too great to bear. When we try to stitch together the fragments of a broken relationship, it's like taping together shattered glass. You might hold it for a while, but eventually the cracks cut deeper. Some wounds left by past relationships fester and threaten to spill over into this new chapter. We find ourselves holding on to faded photographs, trying to recapture a feeling that once was. But the truth is that love no longer exists, not because it wasn't real, but because reality shifted, changed, and evolved, just as we did. So how do we ensure that our next love story isn't a repeat of the past? How do we rewrite our narrative to include a new chapter of love without carrying the baggage of the last? Well, my dear friends, let me tell you something. Love again is not to repeat, it's to rebuild. Think of your life as a garden that grows and changes with each season. There are times when you nurture new seedlings, watching them grow towards the sun. Then there are times when you let nature take its course, tending to the vines as they climb and spread. And sometimes you need to clear out dead branches and fallen leaves to make space for new growth. In the same way, our emotional landscape shifts. When a relationship ends, it's like winter in your garden. Things appear dormant, lifeless even. But just as spring follows winter, so will new opportunities for love come after your period of healing. However, the key is not to keep watering dead roots or trying to force flowers to bloom in the winter. Instead, focus on the seeds of self-growth you've been nurturing. Maybe you've been reading more, traveling more, taking care of yourself in ways you never did before. These are the seeds of your personal growth. Now is the time to plant the seeds of love again, not in the soil where the old garden used to be, but somewhere new, somewhere stronger, where the ground has had time to heal and where your roots run deep. Don't be afraid to experiment with new things. Take up painting, learn a new language, join a sports team. The point is to tend to your garden with care, knowing that each season brings its own unique beauty and bounty. And here's something I want you all to remember. Love again means carrying the wisdom of your storms and building a shelter stronger than before. Love again is not about forgetting the rain. It's about building an umbrella that can shield you from the wind. It's about creating a haven where your heart feels safe to love again. This is your new chapter. Write it with intention, with authenticity, and with a resilience born from the fires of your past experiences. Let me share a story with you. A woman once told me, after my heartbreak, I swore I'd never love again. But years later, I realized I wasn't afraid of love itself. I was afraid of repeating the same pain. She was stuck in a loop of what-ifs, almosts, and could-have-beens. She saw her previous relationship as a mistake to be avoided in her future. But as she sat with her feelings, she began to understand. Love again is not a mistake, it's a lesson in communication, boundaries, self-respect, and most importantly, self-love. When she finally decided to open her heart again, she didn't look for the same type of person, or the same patterns, or the same feelings. She looked for honesty, she set boundaries, she knew her worth, and guess what? Her second chapter wasn't about fixing what was lost, it was about discovering what she truly deserved. Friends, love again is like fire. The first flame may burn out, leaving behind nothing but ashes. But from those ashes, you can spark a new flame. A flame that burns steadier, brighter, and warmer. Why? Because now you understand how fragile, yet powerful fire can be. It's your responsibility to tend to this new flame, to feed it with kindness, understanding, and respect. So how do we tend to this new flame, you ask? Well, here are a few things to keep in mind. First, understand that love again isn't immediate. It's a process. Much like a delicate flower, it needs time to blossom. Enjoy the journey, savor the anticipation, and allow love to unfold naturally. Second, love again involves letting go of the past. Holding on to past hurts will only hinder the growth of new love. Practice forgiveness, not just for the sake of others, but for your own peace of mind. When you release the weight of past hurts, you free yourself to embrace something fresh and beautiful. Third, love again means embracing change. Change can be daunting, but it's essential for growth. Be open to new experiences, different perspectives, and unexpected adventures. Remember, love can blossom in the most unconventional places. Finally, love again is about cherishing the present moment. Stop comparing your current experience to past relationships. Savor the uniqueness of your journey. Appreciate the beauty of right now, and let love fill your heart anew. My dear friends, we often resist the idea of love again, because we fear repeating the mistakes of the past. But what if instead of fearing it, we embraced it? What if we allowed ourselves to love again, not as a repetition of the past, but as a testament to our growth? As the great Maya Angelou once said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. In the same way, there is no greater joy than experiencing new love, a love that is born from the ashes of your past, a love that is stronger, wiser, and more compassionate because of it. Some of you may be hesitant, wondering how you can guard against repeating the mistakes of the past. Fear not, for you are not alone in this journey. I want you to remember that love again is not about erasing your past. It's about using your past as fuel for something better. It's about learning from your experiences and using that wisdom to navigate your future relationships. It's about turning the pain into power and the scars into stars that guide you forward. So if you're standing at the edge of love again, remember this: you are not going back. You are not repeating old mistakes. You are writing a new story, one that begins today. With every choice you make, every step you take, every word you speak is a testament to the new love story you're writing. So don't be afraid to love again. Be afraid of living a life without giving yourself the chance to love better. And remember, my friends, love again is not old story. It's your new chapter. And this time, it's written by the strongest version of you. Thank you for joining me on this journey of love, loss, and the promise of new beginnings. If you found this video relatable and insightful, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear these words. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, cherish the journey, embrace the unknown, and above all, believe in the transformative power of love.